Hello, everyone. I feel so bad because I didn't realize my living room window was open and the courtyard is really echoey. I feel bad. I probably kept some people up, but thank God it's Saturday. At any rate, please join me tomorrow at the Ministry of Tarot here um, for, because I manage the place, I'm usually quite vigilant. Hey, can you close your windows? I feel so bad. Anyway, um, at any rate, welcome to the Mystery of Tarot. Please join me tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I start a little earlier. And for about 2 hours, I do the weeklies for all signs, okay? So please like, share, and subscribe. We had gained so many. Chaylee, I was waiting for you. um, uh, what was I saying? I'm so tired, man. Um, Join me tomorrow for the weeklies where I do Aries through Pisces. And we'll do that tomorrow at 5 p.m. today. Today, I guess later on today, Pacific Standard Time. Okay? I'm going to be using the Angels Tarot for the primary pull. I'm going to be using the Shuffle Tarot, which merges two or more. What's a good card? Two or more images from the Rider-Waite to make a more dynamic message. For instance, the Star card has the Hermit in it, right? You get the point. For ultimate outcomes, we're going to be using the Perceptive Tarot. And if we have to clarify the clarifiers, we're going to be using the Urban Tarot. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for the heart. I love the green hearts. And I love the sunflower. Thank you, babe. You're so sweet. I'm so happy you're here, Chaylee. I'm going to be using my own spread. It's a 6-card spread where the first card I pull is the lessons that you've learned from the past that you're going to be utilizing in October to help you. Your second card that I'm going to pull is the state of being, the energy you're going to be sitting in the month of October. And then 4 predictive cards, okay? I think we gained 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. We gained 22 subscribers tonight during these 12 readings. So thank you so much for your support. You guys are awesome. Okay. I feel like knocking the cards again. It's so nice to meet you. What's coming up for Pisces in the month of October 2024? What's coming up for Pisces in the month of October 2024? I feel like I know you, Chaylee. Do I know you? You say you're from Utah, but I feel like I know you. Heck yes. This is awesome. Thank you. What's coming up for Pisces in the month of October 2024? What's coming up for Pisces in the month of October 2024? My cat gave up on enticing me to bed, I think just after the Virgo reading. She's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to bed now. It's so funny. But when I finally go to bed, he's going to wake up and go, oh, you're in bed, so I can zoom around. No, I had that feeling as well, though. Nice, okay. Well, it's nice to meet you. What's coming up for Pisces in the month of October 2024? I'm just going to force a cut because my fingers are not tingling and I'm not being told to stop. I see the cards. This card represents the lessons that you've learned in the past that you're going to utilize in October to help you through it. Queen of Swords in the upright. You could be dealing or had dealt with a air sign that taught you some lessons. You know? It could be a woman. I want to say she's studious. The energy that you're going to be sitting in is the Page of Swords. I heard slave to love, slave to love. Now that's a song. I didn't hear the song in my head, but it made me think of the song. So I'm going to pull up the lyrics. So that's the energy you're going to be sitting in. I'm going to go back for a second because I'm going to actually play this real quick. Can't really hear it. So the lyrics are, here's a better rendition of it. Hold on. It's Brian Ferry. It's a pretty song. Hold on. It's Brian Ferry. It's a pretty song. Hold on. It's Brian Ferry. It's a pretty song. Hold on. It's Brian Ferry. It's a pretty song. Hold on. It's Brian Ferry. A lot of feedback. Okay. But you know which song I'm talking about. Tell her I'll be waiting in the usual place with the tired and the weary and there's no escape. To need a woman, you've got to know how the strong get weak and the rich get poor. Slave to love, oh, oh, slave to love. You're running with me, don't touch the ground. We're the restless-hearted, not the chained and bound. The sky is burning a sea of flame. Though your world is changing, I will be the same. Slave to love, oh, oh, slave to love, slave to love. And I can't escape, I'm a slave to love. So Pisces feel very deeply. And depending on their moon sign, they either show it, like wear it on a sleeve, or they hide it, right? And for those who hide it, they need to learn how to show it. And if they wear their heart on a sleeve, they need to suppress it and learn how to control their emotions, basically. So it's either, one extreme or the other, and you have to learn in this life, because it's 12th house, how to find balance. The storm is breaking, or so it seems. We're too young to reason, too grown up to dream. Now spring is turning, your face to mine. I can hear your laughter, I can see your smile. Slave to love, blah, 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 and it just repeats. Okay. So Page of Swords, you may have merged with this person, like they were your intellectual equal. I feel like they had a really good sense of humor. This is a woman, okay? Could it be a man? Not really. But, this could be your energy if this is your moon. At any rate, someone who is airy but had more control of their emotions than you, okay? So you're in this dogged energy, I want to say. Or you could feel like a child again. This person made you feel like a child again. And because you're in the reverse in the month of October, you kind of lost that playfulness, or you will in October. It's just for October, okay? Kind of interesting. Well, I want to clarify because it's kind of interesting. The predictive part of your reading is the Seven of Cups in reverse. You have a wake-up call, probably in regards to how you are in the month of October and the lessons you learned from an air sign. And then you have the Four of Swords, which is a forced either recuperation or an enforced rest. So in other words, you could be recovering from an illness or just recovering from a Three of Swords, because the Four of Swords follows the Three of Swords. You get it? The Four of Swords is underneath this person. Now, if it wasn't a person, it was a Queen of Swords situation where it was contractual, whatever it was, whether it's a employment contract or a marriage contract or a soul contract, you know, and then there's like rest. Okay? So you're healing. And you have a wake-up call and there's healing and a rest, enforced rest. I want to say, I just heard the phrase, it's like I never slept in 1,000 years. So I don't know if you're just taking a vacay or something. I don't know. Now here you have the Six of Cups. You're not going to be as nostalgic on the past, or you refuse to be. Right? We'll have to clarify. I want to say also that, God, it was fleeting, it came in and out. It had something to do with, because the I'm going to lay this aside, because the Six of Cups, which is a nostalgic childhood kind of thing, and this child is in reverse, right? Because the page can be someone your age or younger, or just your childhood nature. It's almost like you have to put your big grown-up shoes on, right? Like, I can't live my life like this anymore. Slave to love. You don't want to be a slave. I mean, Pisces falls hard when they do allow themselves to fall hard, okay? When they finally open up to somebody and be vulnerable. And, you know, if this is a person, my nickname for a Queen of Swords is the bitchy queen, okay? And Geminis and Aquariuses and air signs just in general can be really unpredictable, okay? But in different ways. Like Geminis will play games like mind games. Aquarius will just be evasive and gaslight. And what's the other sign? Libra will do all of the above, right? Just to find balance in them. It's like selfish, you know? But Geminis do it just for like sporting reasons. Aquarius will do it like to self-protect, right? So at any rate, you want to find a mature love where there's no games. And you're the Emperor. Or you have a wake-up call about putting your big grown-up shoes on. Right? You want something that's mature. Or, no, I'm not going to guess. So I'm just going to go ahead and clarify. Welcome, everybody. So I want to know if this Queen of Swords is a situation or a person. 8 times out of 10, as I always say, the court cards represent people to me rather than situations. So I want to know, what is it? Just to explain how I read, right? What does the Queen of Swords in the upright mean for Pisces in October 2024? What does this Queen of Swords in the upright mean for Pisces in October 2024? You may be dreaming of someone at night, like it wakes you up. What does this Queen of Swords in the upright mean for Pisces in October 2024? This is a love reading, okay? For sure. Okay, so remember the Shuffle Tarot merges more than 2 or more images from the Rider-Waite to make a more dynamic message, right? So I'm like, is this a situation or is this a person? It's both, you know? This is the repose or sees in a supine position. This is the 4 Cups, okay? This has to deal with a person who rejected you, ultimately, okay? And see how there's an enforced rest? Because usually this is the 4 Swords. So this is the 4 Cups, but it merges imagery of the 4 Swords and the Ace of Cups, right? But this is the 4 Cups. Feeling rejected and just going from an Ace of Cups to a 3 of Swords to a 4 of Swords. So it's a really interesting reading. So this is a person who rejected you. And they're an air sign. Because I primarily read for sun signs, okay? Just to make it easy. It just kind of comes to me that way anyway. But see how the Ace of Cups is empty? And someone is like so exhausted by being a slave to this love or just love in general. And their emotions, they're just like, they're exhausted. You're exhausted by it. And there were partnership issues with this person. Maybe you flip-flop back and forth, or they did. But see, because the 2 of Swords in the reverse, in the upright, the 2 of Swords is that you have a decision to make and you can make it. Like you have enough information to make that decision, like that's informed. Okay? In reverse, not so much. But this is coupled with the 2 of Wands. When the 2 of Wands is in reverse, because you read both, right? It means partnership issues. So you had problems with this person. Probably because, you know, air and water don't really mix well. Not really. You know? But see how you're grabbing the blade of the sword and there's like this dripping blood. You're just like holding on to this air, holding on to this thought of them, thinking that you have it in your hands, and you know, you just don't, right? It's like you're trying to sleep it off. Maybe you still you had the Page of Swords twice, so you watch this person somehow, or you keep track of them somehow. I don't think you're driving by their house, although you could be. But you had the Page of Swords twice in the reverse, and that's classic stalker kind of energy. Okay? And this is you, because this is your state of being, right? But see how the Page of Swords is coupled with the Page of Cups energy? But it's the Page of Swords, right? Now, the Page of Cups is someone who's apologetic, a slave, right? Nope. You've been rejected somehow. This is from the past. So you're going to be thinking about this in October. Maybe you're triggered by a new situation where like, okay, is this going to be like the last time? It's like that. Okay. Because that's what we were clarifying a minute ago. You're just fear. It's just fear that you're going to be rejected by a current love, or you're just resting after a 3 of Swords, and you're not dating. Okay. But it's that kind of scenario. There's a wake-up call. You're not able to plan your life yet. You want to have grown-up relationships where there's no games. And you're resting now. You're on sabbatical. So, sorry, this is the Page of Pentacles. Is it the Page of Pentacles? No, Page of Cups. So, the Page of Swords coupled with the Page of Cups, right? Both in reverse for me is stalker energy. So it's like social stalking, we hope. So let's clarify, which is it? Because you got it twice. I mean, basically you're wondering if a new situation, if you have one, you're starting to see signs that you saw before when you learned your lesson with this other person, right? And you're like, oh God, And you're just trying to keep in your mind what you learned so that you don't repeat the experience or repeat the outcome, right? What's this Page of Swords in reverse mean for Pisces in October 2024? What's this Page of Swords in reverse mean for Pisces in October 2024? What's this Page of Swords in reverse mean for Pisces in October 2024? I encourage you guys to, thank you for the hearts, babe. I encourage you to come for the weeklies tomorrow because there's astrological aspects in the sky that I can't name right now. The third week is supposed to be eventful for everyone, especially Virgos. So join me tomorrow. So is this stalker energy or is this just childish energy? 6 of Pentacles in the upright. Now you have 2 6s. Now if we get 3 6s, because I don't get that too much, it's completion of something. And attainment, right? So we're clarifying this second Page of Swords. Is this stalker energy? No, this is charitable energy. It's weighing the pros and cons. You're thinking about this experience that you learned from in the past. So it's not necessarily stalker energy. Maybe you did stalk this person on social media and you just don't anymore because you just don't want to think about this person because they're waking you up at night. Maybe you and this person has a psychic connection. Like Virgos and Scorpios have a natural psychic connection. Geminis and Pisces have a natural psychic connection. So if they're thinking about you, like at night, it wakes you up. It's like that, right? And then you start thinking about them and you don't know why. So you think you're a slave to love, right? It's like that. Anyway, let's find out what this 7 of Cups means, okay, in reverse. Is it a wake-up call or do you feel like you don't have options? Hi, YS. How does psychic connection work? I don't quite know, actually. I don't quite know. It's just something that I've noticed over time. Not only my own interactions with Scorpios. Thank you, YS. But I noticed that Virgos and Scorpios tend to gravitate towards each other because of this empathic, telepathic ability that they have. So they're naturally drawn together. Geminis and Pisces naturally draw together. Aquarius and Gemini sometimes do that, but it's not like the psychic connection I'm describing. Let's see, who else? I think Cancers and Sagittarius might. But the ones that I know most about is the Gemini, Pisces, and the Scorpio, Virgo. And it doesn't make it, I mean, it can be great. It does work most of the time. Like, it's beneficial. But I mean, if one of you is an asshole, then, it's like really toxic, right? Now, the Page of Swords in reverse could also mean lies, like a liar. And it could also mean someone who's a gaslighter, but like in a reschedule. But in a sophomoric, childish way, right? Immature way. You might feel that this person has more, or you might feel like you're such a slave to love that it makes you feel like childish compared to them. I don't know. Because the Page of Swords is you, Pisces, even though it's an air sign here. It represents air normally. Now we clarified the second Page of Swords in reverse with the Six of Pentacles in the upright, success. You're getting over this person because you're past the Three of Swords. You're at the Four of Swords level. So you've healed. And now you're just resting and recuperating mentally from this Three of Swords experience. And then pretty soon you'll get into the Five of Swords experience where you feel you've conquered the situation. And then the Six of Swords where you move away from rough waters to smooth waters. And then the Seven of Swords where you're just trying to, make sure it doesn't happen again. And then the Eight of Swords where you're kind of like inside your head. And the Nine of Swords where you're like worrying. And then Ten of Swords, you go through the final nail in the coffin where you can look back at it and see who is the bad one and who betrayed who. And then you start at the Ace of Swords and you start a whole new chapter. And that Ace of Swords usually is accompanied by the world because it's a karmic change in energy. But, trying to answer your question, YS, I think it has to do with frequency, but it also has to do with spirituality because the sixth house is health, right? And serving others and learning how to say no and learning how to deal with people's jealousies in this lifetime, right? And just being a good family member, that's the drive of the sixth house. Whereas Scorpio is the eighth house, right? Which has to do with other people's money, sex, death, taxes, right? We have Mercury ruling Virgo. We have Pluto ruling Scorpio, I believe. I don't know. I don't know what the thing is, actually. I'll ask Jenny the next time she's around me, my spirit guide. It's strange because one is water, earth pair, right? And they don't mix, usually, because water and earth make mud. Metal and water is actually pretty good, together. No, it's okay. I mean, I like questions like that. It is interesting. It's a lot of times, I'm moving so quickly and I'm so busy because I have a full-time job that's very demanding. And so I do this, because it's fun. I like helping people. But sometimes I don't think about these things too often. So I appreciate the question, actually. Okay. I want to know what this Four of Swords means. Are you resting or are you recuperating from a health problem? What does this Four of Swords mean in the upright for Pisces in October 2024? What does this Four of Swords in the upright mean? For Pisces in October 2024. I heard, hello, sexy. That's what I heard. It wasn't directed towards me. Now, when you have 2 pages, that means trouble between friends. But when you have 3 pages, that's adult parties. That's why I heard hello, sexy before I pulled this card. Now, this card, we're clarifying Four of Swords. Does this mean illness or is it recuperation? I don't know yet. But this Page of Wands is coupled with the Page of Pentacles. Okay? It's in reverse. I don't know what that means. Ten of Pentacles is coupled with the Ten of Swords. There's an end to your money, and that's why it's in a forced rest, but it's not a bad end. It's almost like and I kept wanting to say retired at the beginning of the minute. Sometimes I second guess what I'm hearing because it doesn't make sense. The Four of Swords doesn't mean retirement, but it is a lockdown card for me. That's what developed an intuit that it was developed during the pandemic. I kept getting the Four of Swords over and over and over again. You guys saw it here on the channel if you were with me back then. Okay? And by the way, that unboxing I did at the Alchemical Tarot, and where we did that whole session, that live session where people were giving me questions about the pandemic, and I was channeling, and a lot of that stuff came true. So I may repost that. I took it down because I was afraid I might be demonetized. Okay? But I may put it on another site and then just let you guys know privately where that is so you can view it. Because I don't want to jeopardize this channel. I spent too long building it. So I kept hearing the word retirement. And I'm like shuffling and talking to you guys. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. So again, I'm just going to tell you, there's a ending with money that might be enforced. It might be forced retirement. It's not good news. I feel like I just heard shouting match. Shouting match. I don't know what that's about. You might retire because you're just pissed. And you know what? Your love life wasn't going that great anyway. You know, you're recovering and it's like too much stimulus, right? But there's a considerable cut in your money. But you avoid a betrayal because of it. But still not good news. Because this is coupled and you're not invited back or something like that. I don't know. If you retired like in, not haste, but in anger, This is a weird reading. This is a very specific message. The reading is for everyone, but there's this subplot where it's geared to some of you who are of retirement age, I guess. So I'm just going to say it and get it out of the way and continue on with the reading. Like they would beg you to come back, but they don't. You know, maybe that's why. Anyway, that's the subplot. Okay. I'm just going to let it go. I don't know if you were in a leadership position. I don't know. Let's do the Seven of Cups. I know I tried to clarify that earlier, but then we got distracted, or I got distracted by the Four of Swords. What does the Seven of Cups in reverse mean for Pisces in the month of October 2024? What does the Seven of Cups in reverse mean for Pisces in October 2024? What does the Seven of Cups in reverse mean for Pisces in October 2024? What's this Seven of Cups in reverse mean for Pisces in October 2024? That might be. So if you're not a retirement age, you have so much downtime that it feels like, oh, this is what it means, you know, feels like to be retired. That could be a subplot too. But you still, even though it's a considerable cut in money, I think you're still good. That's kind of what I'm saying. So, Seven of Cups is in reverse, which usually means wake-up call to me. Here you can plan out the rest of your life. In reverse, it's not like you can't, but there's a wake-up call like, okay, now what? I mean, I have all these, it's like too much stimulus, right? I can do anything now. I could learn a new skill, or I could just walk away completely. But see, this is the mentorship card. This is the apprentice card. But this is the Eight of Cups. This is a walk away. You go from a Seven of Cups, wake-up call, to the Eight of Cups. Meaning, okay, I'm not going back to a situation, whether it be love or work or both or whatever it is. I'm going to pull up my boots and continue on because I want to be grown up about this. Not that you were living a lie. It was just almost like you took some portion of your life for granted, almost. I hope this is making sense. You might learn a new skill by walking away from something. Like, oh, I can learn anything now. And here you have the King of Swords. So it's all very mental for you. But the King of Swords is coupled with the King of Wands here. But it's in reverse. Okay? And we're still clarifying the Seven of Cups. And that's usually my Master Manipulator card. And you have your boundaries up, or you're trying to figure out, because the Seven of Wands is being coupled with the Seven of Pentacles, where you're planting seeds. Maybe now you're not a slave and you're just trying to know, to find that balance on the amount of emotions you show and the amount of emotions you repress. Because remember, Pisces is extreme. Either you're show no emotion, or like everything's like you cry all the time or something like that, you know? I mean, it's like extreme. Because you're very deep feeling, because it rules your 12th house. But see, Pisces, even though you feel childlike, or you want to feel childlike, because Pisces can be very playful, you know, and not in immature, silly way. They're just like, they're able to find that child part inside of them. that's humorous and funny, and they're able to tap into that energy quite easily without it being nostalgic. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, and I'm too tired. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge again if it happens. But you learn how to grow and be grounded more solidly while keeping the boundaries up. It's almost like, and I was explaining this today to somebody. Last week, if you guys were watching, I had a friend die. And I went to visit him in the hospital. But being a fucking psychic, every time I walk into a hospital, I see shit I don't want to see. So I put these walls up, like automatically, because I don't want to see stuff in there. Because I had to see a certain person and I didn't want to be disturbed by what was going on, right? My computer's restarting, so I can't see her. I can't see your chats right now. I'm sorry about that. So it's like that. It's like that. Ten, 4, 4, 2, 7. Okay, you do have 2 8s. So in terms of the 7 of Cups, because here you have the 8 of Swords in reverse, you're coming out of a time, like you're coming out of this enforced rest. You're coming out of your head finally. This is the classic, I'm not going to be a slave to anything card. Okay? And maybe you send some jagged emails or something. Like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm recovered from you and I'm not a slave to you anymore, for example. That's not an intuit I'm getting, right? But you have 2 8s, which means surprise developments. So you might have a surprise development in a wake-up call about how you contributed to this situation with this air sign. Okay, most likely air sign. But you know what? The wake-up call is, and you had 2 7s mean mutual love. You had love for this person. They had some point had love for you. And now it's over, it looks like. Because there's a 4 of Swords here. And you're like, you know what? I'm building healthy boundaries. I'm not going to build rock-solid walls who nobody can pierce, if you were like that. Okay? Or the other person was like that. Healthy stuff where there's some airflow and ventilation, an osmosis between emotions expressed and emotions absorbed, right? And maybe this is surprising to you. I don't know. But you might be learning something new. Okay? Which is interesting. My computer's restarting still. Okay, let's do an alt. I'm just assuming that the broadcast is still going on. I have you up not only to see your your chat, but to also make sure I know that I'm still live, right? So let me get back to that. Now that it's restarted with a completely different screenshot. Restore pages, yes please. Okay. Thank you, YS. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's pretty interesting, unexpectedly deep reading. But maybe now it's 12th house. What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces in I almost wanted to say heaven. What is the ultimate outcome for Pisces in October 2024? What is the ultimate outcome for Pisces in October 2024? What is the ultimate outcome for Pisces in October 2024? Your card, you're sitting in, you're still holding back. You're still holding secrets, but good secrets. You might be exploring or researching the occult. I hate the startup stuff. You might be dealing with a Taurus or just simply exploring yourself. Not in a creepy way or a sexual way. Again, holding back. This is the non-broadcast card. You're still in recovery. You're in the Four of Swords. But you're trying to be stoic. I mean, you are stoic. You're in the upright. But you're trying not to be nostalgic. I mean, you know you're a grown-up. It's just that maybe you feel like if you had acted or responded. Anyway, you're second guessing and ruminating about a relationship that was hurtful. Okay? For whatever reason. Whoever hurt someone, you're ruminating about and it's kind of keeping you up. But this is a spiritual card. This is also mom. Or it's auntie, or it's the unattainable woman, okay? But this is not making a move. If it's fixable, you're not fixing it. It feels like it's over. It looks like you're on your way to releasing, and that's why the Eight of Cups is here. The wake-up call is I need to release. Well, that's easier said than done, or easily thought than done. There's something going on with your money where you're either changing jobs or retiring. The Magician card is in reverse. You might even stop dating for a while because waterfalls are sex to me for some reason. I don't know why. But I don't think you're going outside a whole lot. You may like the outside, but you're just resting. Again, like you haven't slept in 1,000 years. I keep getting that. Not repeatedly, but it keeps popping into my head. You're not broadcasting something. But you are wishing. Now the Pleiades, this astrological formation, or astronomical formation. This set of stars is the Pleiades, which is ruled by Aphrodite. So you are open to love still, but right now you're just dumping out your emotions. Just kind of letting go of the toxicity. And then King of Cups in reverse. Again, not showing your emotions. So there's a realization that you have to manage your emotions. You have to show some emotion in order to interact with I want to say intelligently and in a deep way with the outer world and people in the world, especially if they're, your lovers or your spouses or whatever it is. So you realize that you had a part in this breakdown. I mean, the other person was playing games, obviously. Not a good match. But, you're willing to learn. But you're also now willing to walk away. But the surprise is that you are capable. Maybe you thought you were doomed to have this kind of relationship over and over again, you realize that part of the problem, at least, or the issue, because you're fair, I feel like this is you. Part of the issue is that the other person is not getting enough of the emotion from you, especially if it's a woman and you're a dude. I guess it could be the other way around because men need emotion too, be shown to them. Or at least they expect it. When they don't get it, it's like weird, I guess. But this realization that there needs to be a free-flowing exchange, an even exchange of emotions, they have to match up. If one person is giving more, it doesn't work. And emotions are a big part of romance and having a healthy relationship. You love, you fight, you make up, you talk about shit that bothers you so you can just let it go so that it doesn't ruminate and fester, right? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. I mean, you guys were here like for several hours, so my God. And we have like so many new subscribers tonight. I will be on tomorrow at 5 after my boozy sort of brunch, which I have like, that's the only time I drink now really, is during the brunch. So, yeah, I'm doing that. I have to. And then, so tomorrow's Sunday, and I'll come back and I'll take a nap. So it's around 5-ish that I'm going to be doing the weeklies. 5 p.m. tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time. Be there, I hope. But I thank you for sticking around with me today, you guys. Oh, you're welcome, Shaylee. You're so welcome. I will. Thank you. I'm going alone tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. Thank you, babe. I'll see you later today, you guys. Mwah! Thank you so much. Good night.